Minecraft combat. When I say those words, I would imagine that most people watching this video who have owned the game for more than a year or two have some pretty mixed feelings. From Minecraft's inception all the way through release 1.8, Minecraft's combat system remained largely unchanged aside from bow charging being added in beta 1.8. From release 1.9 until now, we've had the current cooldown-based combat system, which a very large and vocal subset of the community really haven't enjoyed, myself included. But periodically, ever since July of 2019, a new combat system has been in the works, attempting to mend those wounds and create a system that will also work across all input devices, keyboard and mouse, touchscreen, and controller. While I have made 2 videos on the matter already, both of which you can check out with the link above, neither are required to understand what I'm going to cover in this video. So, in August of this year, a few more combat snapshots were introduced, bringing us to 9 snapshots in total, the 3 most recent of which radically changed combat again. In this video, I'm going to cover the majority of the changes that we've gotten since the very beginning, just to give you a refresher, and then cover my feelings about these changes, since I still think there's a chance that this combat system, as currently implemented, could still be incredibly controversial. I'll be looking for your comments once the video is over. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Today's video is brought to you by Core. Core is a platform that makes it easy to play, share, and even create games of your own easily and for free. If you've ever wanted to make your own game, but you've had no idea where you wanted to get started, consider giving Core a try, and as well, try out any one of the thousands of games already published to the Core platform. Shooters, RPGs, Sims, you name it, Core's got it. Core is also a social platform where you can hang out with tons of other creators and players as well. If all of this sounds appealing and you want to give it a try for yourself for free, be sure to check it out with the link in the description down below to try out Core now. With the why combat is changing portion of this video already out of the way with the intro, let's quickly run down the basics of exactly what is changing. First off, melee combat mechanics. First and foremost, melee weapons no longer have a forced attack cooldown. You can hold your mouse button down and attack for as long as you want with no base penalty. The attack cooldown has instead been entirely replaced with a special attack mechanic, allowing your weapon to fully recharge to enable you to perform a special attack, which means you can perform an attack from a full block further away than a non-special attack. In the past, this used to also deal additional damage, but from my observation, it no longer does. Every melee weapon in the game now has a set attack reach and attack speed, determining how far away you can attack with the weapon and how fast you can attack with it. On screen is the chart from the Minecraft wiki detailing these attributes. Everything works about as expected, with the hoe being the only real exception, wherein hoes made with better materials also attack faster, which no other weapon does. Another weapon to have a unique attribute is now the axe, which disables shields for 1.6 seconds, or for even longer if the new cleaving enchantment is applied to it, which increases the shield stun by 0.5 seconds per level up to level 3, and as well, that enchantment also allows you to deal more damage with the axe as well, scaling up with the 3 levels. But be warned, this enchantment is incompatible with Sharpness, Bane, and Smite, so plan accordingly. And speaking of shields, these have had some changes as well. Shields still activate via a right click, but they can also be activated by crouching, which you can disable in the accessibility settings if you're not in favor of it, but I wouldn't recommend that. They activate instantly now when used, instead of having a delay like before. Instead of blocking all damage, shields now only block up to 5 damage, or 2.5 hearts of damage, excluding explosions not caused by the player, and projectiles, which are both still blocked in their entirety. And rounding out the primary changes for combat-based items, arrows shot from bows now have a 100% accuracy rate, meaning they don't land in a sort of random spot unless you keep the bow itself drawn for more than 3 seconds, in which case the bow will begin to visually shake, and then the fired arrow will be less accurate and you'll deal less damage with it as well. So, with those changes out of the way, let's get into some of the last and most recent changes along with my semi-critical feelings about them. The last 3 changes I want to specifically draw attention to are hunger, potions, and snowballs. Yes, snowballs. So first off, hunger, as you know it, is radically different from before. The fast hunger regeneration you get from having a high saturation value when you initially eat food is gone. Instead, now you just heal once every 2 seconds as opposed to 4 seconds from before, and for almost every health point that you heal, you will lose 1 full hunger point as well. That's not exactly how it works, but you get the gist of it. The reason why I wanted to bring this up last is because of how it relates to potions, snowballs, and PvP combat. Regular potions now stack up to 16 within your inventory for a single potion type, which already makes them far more useful than they were before. On top of that, all liquid-based foods, including mushroom stew and potions, are consumed in only 1 second, whereas it was 2 seconds before, making potions even more useful. And finally, every single time you are hit by another mob or player in melee or ranged, anything food or potion related you are trying to consume when you get hit is fully interrupted, forcing you to start eating again. This means if you don't show up to battle with tons of potions in hand, you are probably going to lose. And as well, if you don't show up to battle with tons of snowballs, you are also probably going to lose. Yeah, let me explain. Within my last combat snapshot video, I detailed how snowballs could cause an insurmountable level of knockback, allowing for the attack to basically knock others off of cliffs where there really wasn't anything that the player could do about it. While the knockback issue has largely been fixed, snowballs can be thrown just as fast as before, and they cannot be blocked by a shield. Meaning if the player you're fighting against notices that you're eating, they can just spam you with snowballs until they eventually catch up to you. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. While writing the script for this video, I tested out the new combat changes with a few friends of mine, and the consensus that we came up with was, if you weren't on top of your potion game, you were very likely the one that died. We also noticed how brutally important it was to not only use snowballs defensively to hold an attacking player back when we were at low health, but also offensively to prevent someone from eating to restore their hunger. From an offensive standpoint, the single biggest point we noticed was the player who could most effectively perform consistent shield stuns was also far more likely to win as well. So how do I feel about all of this? Well, honestly, combat is truly diverse in many ways that have never been seen before in Minecraft. The only thing I objectively feel is wrong is how fast potions are consumed. If you can get away from an attacking player for even 1 or 2 seconds, or you just YOLO it while being attacked, you can pop a speed potion, get away, and then reset your potion effects in like 5 seconds or less. I also wouldn't mind being able to see shields being able to block snowballs as well. Whether or not this style of combat will be favored in the long run remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure, Minecraft combat is definitely changing forever again. I will say that I feel the new combat snapshots are in a much better place than before, but I'm looking for your feedback. Before I get into my final thoughts, I want to thank the sponsor for this video, Core. This month, Core is running a player tournament called the Blizzard Blitz Tournament from December 17th to 22nd. 3 of Core's platform's most popular games will be updated with holiday decorations and a leaderboard for the tournament. Place on the global leaderboard of any of the games to win some of the $6,000 prize pool. Find the full details at the link in the description down below. So, because I don't have a rock-solid opinion on the new combat changes as a whole, let me know what you feel in the comments section down below. Do you feel anything is wrong with the weapon or shield mechanics? Do you feel the potion changes make combat better or worse? Anything and everything, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself, the channel, and the video quite a lot. So I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.